me if I am visible and audible. Hello. For tonight, we will continue with our verbal reasoning, not discussion. So, we will be talking about reading comprehension, paragraph organization, sentence organization, and sentence error as well. Okay? Hello. So, again, naririnig at nakikita niyo po ba ako ng maayos? Again, naririnig at nakikita niyo po ba ako ng maayos? All right. Hello. So please tell me in the comments so that I can proceed. Okay, thank you so much, Ma'am Emeline. All right, thank you so much. Yan naman pala. Supposedly, I was so close in messaging Sir Jerome na, yeah, hindi sana ako magla-lecture for tonight because I hit my head earlier. And now dito, sobrang laki ng bukol ko. As in, guys, you can see my face is really not okay. But, I want to finish this and I know you are also expecting. So, it's so bad on your part naman, di ba, kapag hindi ako tutuloy. But okay naman ako. I did not sleep and I did not eat. Yun naman daw, wag muna matulog. So, let's just do our best. Anyway, this will be a bit shorter than, I will just do it quickly, okay? Kasi seriously, parang mahuhulog talaga yung mata ko. Sobrang lakas ng pagkatama sa ulo ko, that's why. But anyway, let's have a quick discussion from last night. So drill lang. Uh, for the previous lectures, maybe you can review it sa inyong groups. In the very first lecture, I already discussed word analogy. I also discussed basic grammar last night. So kasali sa basic grammar, I talked about verbs, nouns, pronouns, adjectives, and conjunctions. Kasi usually, yung lumalabas naman daw sa mga tanong ay subject-verb agreement. And of course, last night as well, tinakol din yung vocabulary. We discussed a few words, and let me review some of them if you remember. So please answer in the comments, ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng mirage? Again, ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng mirage? Comment down your answers. So we already talked about this one last night. Okay, an illusion. Thank you so much, President. Okay. So that's correct. It's an optical illusion. May nagsabi ng sasakyan. So it's an optical illusion or hallucination. Okay. Again, mirage is an optical illusion. Next, what do we mean by elusive? What do we mean by elusive? Ano ba yun? The more you chase happiness, the more it becomes elusive. The more you chase happiness, the more it becomes elusive. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng elusive? Catch. Sabi ni Ma'am Catherine, catch lang. More of that. Okay, difficult to find or difficult to catch. That's correct. So, difficult to find or catch. So, parang iniiwasan ka. So, the butterfly is elusive. So, it's difficult to find or difficult to catch. Okay, that's why do not chase if something is elusive. Next, what do we mean by exigency? What do we mean by exigency? Ano yun? Yung keyword natin sa sentence last night was emergency. What do we mean by that? All right, so that's correct. So it's urgency. Thank you so much sa mga very quick na nag-comment. It's urgency. Next, imminent with the letter I. Imminent with the letter I. What do we mean by this? Sorry, masyado talaga ako matamlay. Sobrang lakas. Talagang tumigil ang mundo ko, guys, when I hit my head. So, malaki na tong ulo ko, di ba? Ngayon, may extension na dito. It's not normal. It's pretty big like this. Oo. Ang sakit. Nilagyan ko na ng yellow. Pero masakit pa rin. Okay, that's correct. So if you say imminent, that is about to happen or approaching. Ano yung sentence last night? I'm excited about your imminent arrival. So paparating. Okay. There is an imminent super typhoon. There is an imminent super typhoon. So, paparating, approaching, or about to happen now. What about imminent with the letter E? What do we mean yung imminent with the letter E? Comment down. Ang tatalino sa comments. Yung mga silent viewers as well, uh, do your best to at least try to answer on your own kahit na nahihiya tayo mag-comment. The most important thing with a review is that you're able to practice. Okay? Again, para ka lang sasali ng isang contest, dapat mag-practice ka rin. Okay, so that's known, renowned, or distinguished. That's correct. Or, hindi ko na lang ginamit yung renowned or distinguished kasi difficult words din sila. To define it, it also means that specific someone is respected in their field. So ano yung example ko? Michael Jordan is an eminent basketball player, so respected in their field. Next, acolytes. What do we mean by acolytes? Politicians' acolytes rallied. Uh, the politicians' acolytes rallied. So ngayon, I think Donald Trump is winning the US elections. No, natalo niya si Kamala Harris. Okay, that's correct. So followers. Again, acolytes, followers. Good job. Impeccable. What do we mean by impeccable? Um, how can I say it? The way she washes the dishes is impeccable. The way she washes the dishes is impeccable. Or the way she cleans the house is impeccable. All right, so that is spotless or almost perfect. Spotless or almost perfect. No? Now, ano yung another option? That's unparalleled. Unparalleled. Ang maganda sa unparalleled is it's already self-explanatory, 'di ba? Yung word nandyan na. May definition na yung word. However, how will you give? Oh, right. Wow, ang galing is, oh my gosh. Okay, having no equal or exceptional. Okay? Walang kapareho. Walang kapareho. No, you cannot compare it to anyone. Walang kapareho. Siya lang nag-iisa. Siya yung pinaka the best. Next, germination. Germination. What do we mean by that? Comment down. Thank you so much. But kahit na silent viewers, I would really encourage to comment. I believe no one will actually judge you. We don't know anyone. Hindi naman lahat magkakilala tayo. Okay, that's correct. So it's sprouting. Sabi ni Sir Talino niya naman sa grammar o vocabulary pa lang po ito. Okay, germination is sprouting. Next, what do we mean by debacle? What do we mean by debacle? Yeah, parang, okay, what about the others? Tatalino naman ito. Oh, we already discussed this and maybe yung iba alam nila already. Okay, so that's correct. It's the total failure. Total failure. Huwag po ma-pressure na i-memorize lahat. Okay? Yung pinaka-importante is that we are able to practice. Okay, para masana yung utak nyo kakasagot. So during that day, November 24, sasagot lang kayo. And honestly, kapag yung utak natin yung gumagana, nakakapagod siya. Kasi kapag physically tired ka, iinom ka lang ng tubig, magre-relax, or magnanap, you'll be okay. 'Di ba? Pero kapag utak yung mapagod, talagang buong katawan mo kasama. That's something na we should do our best to avoid on the actual day of the exam. So maganda na mag-practice kayo. And in case you're having any difficulty while reviewing, that's a good sign. At least may natututunan kayo. Okay? Ah, Now is not the time to discourage yourself na baka hindi ako pumasa kasi hindi ko alam yung mga nasa PowerPoint or ang tatalino nila. Now is not the time to discourage yourself. So if all of these is new to you, then it's good. At least, diba, you can add that to what you already know. There. Okay, so Grabe mamula ng multiple choice. Papunta na po tayo sa my multiple choice. So debacle means total failure. That's correct. Now let's proceed with reading comprehension. I prepared a few paragraphs. Yung iba na discuss ko na din in my previous lectures. I will read some of them. I will read the paragraph pala. And then let's do our best to himay-himayin natin yung mga questions, okay? So this is reading comprehension. Now please comment down in your most honest way. In a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you read? Remember, yung exam, ano daw ang gagawin niyo doon? Magbabasa. And even if the subject is not verbal reasoning, you will still be reading. That's why I am asking you this. It's not boast na yun yung hobby or gustong gawin or magpapamatalino, but how much do you read? Kasi kung mag-e-exam ka, yan yung number one na gagawin mo doon. Instructions pa lang, di ba? Need na ng comprehension. So if you don't have comprehension, malaki yung chance mo na ma-fail. And that's something we don't want. So let's do our best, okay? A lot are answering 5, 4, may mga 8 din. Ay, si Ma'am Jonah, 1. Okay, so try to assess that. Um, if you read a lot, napagod yung utak. So, kung mangyari yan sa inyo during the exam, how will you handle it? So, dapat proactive tayo, di ba? Like, kung anong hindi pa nangyayaring problema, may solusyon ka na. Para on the actual day, you're good to go. Hindi yung nandiyan na, tapos wala kang solusyon, what will happen is that you'll be mental block, di ba? Tapos matatakot ka. So, it will really affect your performance in getting the correct answer. That's why you should prepare yourself in a lot of reading. Kahit hindi verbal reasoning yung topic, the entire day magbabasa ka. That's why. But anyway, for reading comprehension, the first one is okay. The first one is to read between the lines. Read between the lines. Does that mean kung ano yung literal na sinulat sa text, maybe it's not what they always meant. So, always see to it na talagang naiintindihan mo. Okay? Again, understand it. Understand what isn't written. Understand what is written and intindihan mo rin kung ano yung hindi in-include. Of course, you analyze well. Lalong-lalo na may options naman. So, you can try to weigh in kung alin yung mas mabigat or alin yung mas tama. So, always analyze well. And yung tip ko during the exam, para makatipid tayo sa oras, you read the questions first. Okay? So, when you read the questions first, alam mo kung ano yung hinahanap mo. Hindi yung magbabasa ka sa paragraph, babasahin mo yung tanong, hindi mo maintindihan, balik ka ulit sa paragraph, di ba? So, if you read the questions first, you already know what you're looking for. So, for example, who is the blah, 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 blah? So, when you're reading the paragraph, you already know anong hahanapin. Okay? So, again, read between the lines, analyze well, and read the questions first. All right. Paano po if may mga word na hindi maintindihan? Context clues, okay? If there's a word that you cannot understand, try to look at the entire sentence. Some of it will give you a hint kung ano yung ibig sabihin niya. Huwag kang ma-discourage doon. You do not need that. Dapat fighting spirit lang kahit nahihirapan. Okay, so let me read it for all of you. Hindi tayo maka-read questions first because I made the PPT. But anyway, um, please try your best to understand. I will read it. Okay. A well dressed young man entered a big textile shop one evening. He was able to draw the attention of the salesman who thought him rich and likely to make heavy purchases. So, again, take note, he was well dressed. Kaya akala nila mayaman siya, maraming bibilhin, di ba? He was shown the superior varieties of suit lengths and saris, but after casually examining them, he kept moving to the next section. where ready-made goods were being sold, and further on to the hosiery section. So, gikan sa galing sa pinakamagandang quality, and so on and so on. Yeah, parang it parang ano, um, nag-lower yung pag-introduce ng salesman because this young man is not interested at all. Parang he was just skipping, 'di ba? By then, the salesman had begun to doubt his intention and drew the attention of the manager. So, bakit ba parang umikot-ikot lang siya tapos wala siyang binibili? Uh, the manager asked him what exactly he wanted, and he replied that he wanted gorgeous treatment. So again, pumasok na yung manager and, "Okay, ano po ba yung kailangan niyo? What do you want? Ano yung gusto niyo?" And he replied he wanted gorgeous treatment. Bakit kaya? So he explained that he had come to the same shop in a casual dress that morning and drawn little attention. Again, ano yung difference? Casual yung sinuot niya at walang pumansin sa kanya. His pride was hurt and he wanted to assert himself. He had come in good dress only to get a decent treatment, not forgetting any textiles. He left without making any purchase. Period. So yun pala. Earlier that day, bumalik siya. I mean, pumunta siya doon, but he wore yung casual lang, yung chill lang na damit at walang pumansin sa kanya. I think there's a lot of discrimination. Kaya nga ako nahihiya din ako pumasok sa mga branded because if I go out, talaga, I don't really care sa damit ko. So, takot ako ma-discriminate na baka hindi ko afford. Totoo naman. Kidding aside. So, answer, the young man was well dressed because it was his habit to dress well. It was his wedding day. He wanted to meet the manager of the shop or he wanted to impress the salesman. Comment down your answers. Again, read between the lines and analyze well, okay? Okay, so what about the others? All right, so a lot are answering the correct answer. Oh, Mom Sel, hello. Thank you so much. I can't reply right now, but I appreciate the message. Okay, so that's correct. The answer is letter D. He wanted to impress the salesman. So ano yon? When he first entered, yung sa first paragraph, he was well dressed. Kaya nakuha agad niya yung attention because the salesman believed that marami yung bibilhin niya, di ba? That was just the point. He only wanted to be treated fairly. Kasi yung ini-entertain lang is yung mga magaganda, yung magagarang damit, or mayayaman tignan. That's unfair. So, na-offend siya, no? That's why letter D yung ating answer. Next. The salesmen in the shop are described as people who pay attention to what or to whom? Only young men and women, pretty women, only rich customers, or regular customers? Comment down. Alright, so answer is, that's right. So, dito, hindi naman sinabi directly na mayayaman lang yung pinapansin nila, but it's very obvious based sa treatment, okay? It's very obvious based sa treatment ng, uh, ano, based sa treatment ng mga salesman, 'di ba? So, only the rich customers, yung mga may kaya. Ah, natatakot na tayo mag-shopping. Next, the manager asked the young man what he wanted because, so bakit na pumasok yung manager? Letter A, he would give him exactly what he was looking for. Letter B, the salesman had drawn his attention to the indifferent attitude of the young man. He thought they could do more business with him that way, or he thought the visitor was dissatisfied. So, bakit ba pumasok na yung manager, 'di ba? Ay, ang bait ni Sir Jerome. Sir Jerome, if you're watching, I'm really okay. So, tinitimbang ko naman kung kaya or hindi. And upon assessing is okay naman. So, don't worry. Really, it's fine. At least makalimutan ko saglit. Thank you. Okay, so correct answer is this is actually a lot answered letter A prior. He would give him exactly what he was looking for. So if you remember, tanong ng manager is what exactly do you want para maibigay niya because of course nagpatulong na sa kanya yung ibang salesman. So this is what I was talking about. Sometimes it's not directly stated. That's why you have to pay attention, okay? Huwag yung sagot lang ng sagot. Minsan, you being aggressive will lead you to choosing the wrong answer. So be careful. Okay? He would give him exactly what he is looking for. Next. The young man left without making purchases because bakit siya umalis na walang binili? He did not have money. He could not find any item of his choice. Had come only to make a point about the indifferent attitude of the salesman towards casually dressed customers, or he decided to come to make the purchases later on. Baka mamaya na siya bibili. So, bakit ba? Okay, so that's correct. Kasi ma'am, yun yung pinakamahaba. Basta mahaba, yan na yung correct answer. Not all the time, but in this case, it's correct. So actually, kasi na-offend siya earlier nung pagpasok niya tapos hindi siya na-entertain. That's why bumalik siya, he dressed well, at doon na siya pinansin. He only came to make a point. He wanted to be treated well. I think all of us naman, di ba? Who wants to be discriminated? Um, Now it's very ano 'no, kapag mayaman grabe yung respeto, pero kapag mahirap hindi pinapansin. Kaya siguraduhin yung maging mayaman kayo, okay? Sa ano yun, people will only respect you based on, I don't know how much you're earning. So, wag naman sana gano'n. So it's one of my pet peeve talaga, yung people are being superior, tapos nagiging ano sila 'pag may mayaman. I don't like that. Anyway, another reading comprehension tip is you question all the choices. Okay. Actually, this is not just a reading comprehension, but in your exam in general. So you try to assess every option kung alin ba yung mas mabigat. Okay. And you eliminate those mga hindi masyadong correct. Okay. So we have more. Ignorance may be an effective stimulus to find new techniques or approaches that would make economic development more progressive or responsive. The sentence best support the statement that blank. So again, ignorance daw may be an effective, ano yun? Yeah, maybe an effective motivation para makahanap tayo ng strategies on how to make economic development. So, ano yung pinaka mabigat dito? Is it letter A, lack of knowledge on economy can also encourage discovery of new ways or approaches? Again, lack of knowledge on economy can also encourage discovery of new ways or approaches. Letter B or number two, from creativity and resourcefulness come new approaches. Number three, new approaches ensure economic success. Number four, new techniques and systems bring about change and success. Or number five, ignorance can also lead to discovery of new knowledge. So, alin ba dito yung pinakamabigat? Yung ignorance daw may be an effective stimulus para makahanap tayong bagong strategy so that we can make economic advancements. So, alin dito yung pinaka? A lot are answering 1, 2, 4, and yeah, 1, 2, and 4. Now, let's try. This is my technique actually. Kapag nahihirapan kayo, you look at the red flags sa mga options. Char, my red flags option. Not only in relationships, we also have that in exams. So, if it's may masyadong off na word or mga hindi naman talaga nagma-match, those are the red flags. So, pwede silang tanggalin. Okay? And meron also mga green flags. So, let's try to assess. Alin ba yung pwede? Let's have number one. It's a green flag. Lack of knowledge on economy can also encourage discovery of new ways or approaches. So, lack of knowledge sa economy daw, pwede ding mag-lead siya into discovery of new ways or strategies. Next, number two, two and three, from creativity and resourcefulness, hindi naman na-mention yung being creative and being resourceful dito. Hindi na-mention, that's why we can eliminate, di ba? Number three, new approaches ensure economic success. Ay, lalong hindi. It did not even mention about success. The only thing that's being discussed is economic development to be more progressive, more responsive. So, walang relate. Okay. Number four, new techniques and systems bring about change and success. So again, they did not talk about change or success. Wala naman. So it's also number four is also a red flag. If it's something na dinadalad lang kayo sa pag-sugarcoat, pero it's not actually stated there, nadala lang ka kasi, ay, naku, pangkatsa yung nag-grade, di ba? Mabibigat yung mga words. Ito yung correct answer. Hindi ko kasi naintindihan. Siguro ito yung tama. So, of course, that's not it. Okay. So, they did not mention success. That's why you should not include that. They also did not mention creativity. Now, let's have number five. Ignorance can also lead to discovery of new knowledge. So, it can be related as well. So, sabi nga dito, diba, ignorance may be an effective stimulus para makahanap tayo ng bagong approaches or to translate that new knowledge. Now, ano ba yung pinaka-correct answer? We are between 1 or 5. However, yung hindi na mention dito is what that knowledge is about. So, dyan nagkamali yung number 1. Okay? Lack of knowledge on economy. Uh, so here it did not really mention what kind of ignorance. Hindi naman sinabing ignorance in economy. Diba? That's why the most precise answer is number 5. Okay? Ignorance can also lead to discovery of new knowledge. So, kapag hindi ka alam, so it can be an effective way to look for ways or strategies para ma-improve, 'di ba? There. So we are talking about ano yung pinaka-main, yung kuhang-kuha niya talaga yung inis. Char, kuhang-kuha niya talaga yung thought ng paragraph. So again, it did not mention about the lack of knowledge sa economy. It did not mention about creativity, resourcefulness. It did not mention about change or success. So yung number 5, yung pinakamabigat. That's how we analyze. Okay, Jan? That's the way kung paano natin mahanap yung tamang sagot. Sana ganito lang. So that's what I was talking about. Always question the choices. Okay? Huwag magmadaling sumagot na. Ay, yung number 1, yun na kasi mahaba tsaka mabigat pakinggan. Hindi naman sinabing lack of knowledge sa economy eh, so it's not the answer. Now let's proceed. No matter how strong and dedicated leaders may be, they must find foundation and strength among the people. They may guide, set the tone, dedicate themselves, and risk their lives, but in the end, national survival lies in the people. On their own, they can never save the nation. Ano ba yung statement na pinaka, number 1, it is the leader who determines the fate of the nation. Number 2, good leadership is important to effective public administration. Number 3, Dedication and sense of service enables the leader to guide the people. Number four, the people themselves is the carver of their own destiny with the guide of the leader. Number five, people's strength comes from a dynamic and effective leadership. Now, comment down ano ba yung mga sagot natin while we look for the red flags of this statement, no? Okay, so actually, I really agree. Yung mga tao, 'di ba, kapag bumabaha, naghahanap sa gobyerno, kayo yung you throw your garbage everywhere. You're uneducated, 'di ba? Anong ini-expect mo kapag bumabaha, 'no? Tatayo diyan si Bongbong Marcos at sasaluhin niya lahat. I don't bow to any politicians, uh, kahit na sino yung presidente. But I think if we want our ship to sail, we should become better citizens, 'di ba? Hindi naman talaga niya kaya, eh, dapat magtulungan tayo. But anyway, let's not talk about politics. Naiinis. The first one, so number one is of course a big red flag. It is the leader who determines the fate of the nation. So it contradicts kung ano yung nasa statement. 'Di ba? Sabi nga doon, on their own, kapag nag-iisa lang yung leader, they can never save the nation. So number one is ikes kagad. Char. Number two, hala, na-click ko yung comment. Sorry. Okay. Good leadership is important to effective public administration. It's a green flag. Okay naman. So, kasi nga yung sinabi, di ba, they may guide, set the tone, dedicate themselves, and risk their lives. So, good leadership is very important. Next, dedication and sense of service enables the leader to guide people. So, here, it's not mentioned. Hindi naman it's not mentioned about guiding people to the success of the nation. So it's a red flag. Again, yung mga hindi na mention, X kagad. Number four, the people themselves is the carver of their own destiny with the guide of a leader. So this is a green flag. This is correct. Ano nga yun? National survival lies in the people. Again, national survival lies in the people, which is correct. It relates to number four. And number five, people's strength comes from a dynamic and effective leadership. So, sabi nga dito, pwede namang maging malakas yung leader, they can dedicate themselves. Pero, in the end, yung nasa mga tao talaga na dinadala niya. That's why it's not stated kung saan galing yung strength ng nation or ng mga tao. Now, we are left with number four and number two. But here, um, it's not about the leader alone. Here, it's mentioned on their own, the leaders can never save the nation. National survival lies in the people. Nasaan yung pumusta sa jowa niya, o Sir John Mark? Uy, wag niyo iposta yung jowa niyo. Uy, ano ba? It's number four, okay? The people themselves is the carver of their own destiny. Guys, even if you have the best leader, if you have the worst nation, you already know how it ends. So national survival lies in the people, okay? It begins with discipline. So if you want to have better leaders, since hindi naman natin madiktahan na, oy, Marcos and Sarah, gawin niyo to. O char, as if you know anything, or as if we know a lot. So we should start by becoming better citizens, di ba? Hindi yung, ang dami nagagalit eh. Hindi ko talaga maintindihan, but it's their life. So, we should let them be. Anyway, that's how we do reading comprehension. Ano ulit yon? Analyze, read between the lines, and of course, kapag mahirap na talaga, you question all the options. Okay? Now, let's try. This is my favorite. So, basahin natin. Actually, this is very cute. You can learn from this. As a group of frogs was traveling through the woods, two of them fell into a deep pit. No, may mga tanga, dalawang tangang malaka. Tama ba yung Tagalog? I only know the Bisaya. Yeah, natatawa akong sabihin. When the other frogs crowded around the pit and saw how deep it was, they told the two frogs that there was no hope left for them. So, pagtingin nila, ay, ang lalim. Wala na kayong chance. Goodbye. However, the two frogs decided to ignore what the others were saying and they proceeded to try and jumped out of the pit. So kahit na sinabihan sila na wala nang pag-asa, give up na lang kayo, hindi nila pinansin, di ba? They kept on jumping hanggang makalabas. Despite their efforts, the group of frogs at the top of the pit were still saying they should just give up. They will never make it out. Oh, kasi nga ang lalim, wala ng pag-asa kahit na anong klaseng talon, there's no chance. And of course, these are not rational beings katulad ng mga tao, di ba na, you use a rope or you climb on top of each other, wala, because these are frogs, so the best that they can do is jump. Eventually, one of the frogs took the heed to what the others were saying and he gave up. So nag-surrender na siya, he fell down to his death. Nag-surrender yung isa at namatay siya. The other frog continued to jump as hard as he could. Again, the crowd of frogs yelled at him to just stop the pain and just die. He jumped even harder and finally made it out. When he got out, the other frogs said, "Did you not hear us?" So the frogs explained to them that he was deaf. So yun pala, no, bingi. He thought they were encouraging him the entire time. So he kept on trying until he finally succeeded, and that's when he explained na hindi pala niya narinig yung mga discouraging words such as give up ka na lang, it's hopeless, mamamatay ka na. So he thought they were encouraging him the entire time. All right. So now, wala pang ang option may wala pang question may sagot na. How many frogs fell into the deep pit? Is it none, two, three, or all of them? This is the part where yung sinabi ko, read the questions first para hindi masayang yung oras natin, okay? So, through that, malaman nyo na okay. So, A, B, C, or D, comment down your answers. That's the point, actually. Um, the lesson there is that if people are discouraging you, just act deaf, no? Don't listen to them. Okay. Kapag mamali pa ako, ewan ko na lang. Give up na lang. Just like yung sa first frog. So actually it's correct. It's letter B. So two frogs fell into the deep pit. Next, did both of them give up? Did both of them give up? Letter A, yes. They were told that there was no hope. Letter B, yes. They got tired of jumping. Letter C, no. Both of them went out alive. Or no, only one survived. So comment, yung dalawa ba daw is gumive up? Or may isa sa kanila na naligtas? Okay, what about the others? Pag na-wrong pa, may mga sumagot ng B and C. So, ano nga ulit yung nangyari sa isa? He gave up and he fell to his death, di ba? Yung isa naman, hindi siya nakinig, patuloy lang siya sa pagtalon until he made it. And that's when he explained na bingi kasi ako. So, he did not hear the discouraging words. No? That's why our answer is letter D. Only one of them survived. Next, this is a very crucial question and also my favorite. The other frog did not give up because, is it because he was deaf, he was encouraged, he was scared, or he just got lucky? Comment down your answers. Char, si Sir John maraming jowa, no? Kaya pala pinupupusta niya lang. Okay. What about the others? All right. So a lot answer the correct answer, which is a really good one. So the other frog did not give up because actually hindi naman sa sinabi niya na okay, yun lang pala that I just remembered. Hindi naman sa sinabi niya na dapat tumalon ako kasi bingi ako, 'di ba? So did you Can you imagine? Did he say, "Tatalon ako kasi bingi ako." He did not give up because he was deaf. Oh, yun ba yung encouraging niya? Ay, hindi ko sila marinig, so tatalon ako. 'Di ba? So, ano yung sinabi niya? He was deaf and akala niya na he was being encouraged the entire time. So, the other frogs on top were saying, di ba na, wala na pag-asa, give up ka na lang. But what he thought is sinabi, sige, keep going, kaya mo yan. Di ba? So, he thought he was being encouraged. Okay? Hindi siya natakot. He did not just get lucky. He actually tried his best because akala niya he was being encouraged. Kasi nga, bingi siya. Hindi niya narinig na opposite pala yung ginagawa. So, imagine niyo na lang, okay? If people are hoping na hindi ka pumasa, just think otherwise. They are your biggest fans. So, magpakitang gilas ka. Okay? Our answer is letter B. He thought he was encouraged. That's why he did not give up. Okay? Hindi because, hindi ako gi-give up kasi bingi ako. Hindi ako magi-give up because the people on top are supporting me. Pero hindi naman pala talaga. All right, so that's it about the frogs. Now let's have this one. So one day, a scorpion. This is also very good. Actually, this is from one of a very famous literature here. So let's try. A scorpion wanted to cross the river but couldn't swim. He saw a frog nearby and asked for a ride across the river on the frog's back. Okay, so again, let me continue. I stopped. Tawa ko kasi frog ulit. Ito, this is a scorpion and a frog. Um, he saw a frog nearby and asked for a ride across the river. So gusto niya mag-cross a river but scorpions could not swim. So that's why nagpatulong siya sa frog. The frog hesitated, knowing that the scorpion's reputation for being dangerous. So ikaw tutulungan mo ba, 'di ba? You can die. Sabi ng frog, if I let you ride on my back, you might sting me and I would die. The scorpion replied, if I sting you while we are in the river, I would drown too. So mamamatay din ako. It wouldn't make sense na papatayin kita kasi mamamatay din ako. And so that's why, yeah, what do you think, diba? Like, it's very logical. So the frog agreed. The scorpion climbed to the frog's back and they started cross the river. So nagsimula na silang lumayag. However, halfway across, the scorpion did sting the frog. As the poison took effect, they both began to sink. The frog gasped, why did you sting me? Now we will both die. So the scorpion simply replied, I couldn't help it. It's in my nature. Give me a moment because it's a bit noisy in my surrounding. All right. So, yun na nga yung ginawa. Na-sting talaga siya. And they both died. And tinanong ng frog, bakit mo ginawa? Sabi niya, that's just who I am. 'Di ba? Oh, hayaan na ulit natin. So, may nagtanong, ma'am, yan po ba yung nabuhay na frog? Iba na naman ito. Okay? So, sabi niya, it's in my nature, it's who I am. So, kahit na mamamatay din ako, I could not help it. Okay? They both died in the end. That's actually it's a very famous one. Anyway, let's try your analysis skill. Test natin yung skill niya if you can answer this. Why does the scorpion's response at the end of the story hold significance in understanding his behavior? Yung sinabi niya, it's in my nature. Letter A, it highlights the scorpion's impulsiveness. Yung walang plano-plano, dire-diretso, di ba? Letter B, it explains that some actions are inevitable due to inherent traits. Letter C, it shows the scorpion's lack of intelligence. Or letter D, it suggests that the scorpions intended to survive the crossing. Wala namang sinabi yung sa letter D that the scorpion intended to survive. It did not talk about. Certainly, you can talk about it in the in the scorpion's intelligence, 'di ba? Kasi ang bobo naman niya talaga. So namatay sila both. That's what happened. Also, it did not really have, or hindi naman yun sa impulsiveness niya. Yung sinabi nga niya, it's in my nature, it's who I am. So we are talking about the inherent, inherent traits. Okay? Again, you go back to the question, it's in my nature. Yan, that's who I am, diba? So it explained that some actions are inevitable, hindi mo talaga mapipigilan. It's because of the inherent traits. So there, that's why. Yun nga yung sabi niya, yung story na nag-pet siya ng snake and kinain siya in the end. Sabi niya, alam mo 'di ba na snake ako? So you already know that was happening. That's an example of this one. Next, which theme is most prominently reflected in the fables? So we're talking about the theme. Letter A, the power of logic over instinct. Letter B, the unpredictability of human nature. Letter C, the inevitability of natural instincts. Or letter D, the strength of mutual cooperation. Right. Okay, I muted myself kasi nga may nag-construction dito and it's very noisy. But anyway, to those who answered letter B, that is correct, okay? The unpredictability of human nature. So for example, the frog was being helpful and na-expect niya na hindi naman yun gagawin ni Scorpion because we will both die. But in the end, ginawa pa rin ng Scorpion, okay? So it's letter B. Next, please just read the question. What motivated the frog to agree to carry the scorpion across the river? Comment down your answers. All right. So, ano daw yung oo kay frog na dalhin si scorpion? The scorpion's argument that stinging would lead to mutual destruction. The frog's belief in his own strength, the frog's trust in the scorpion's nature, or the frog's desire to help those in need. Okay, a lot are answering B and A. What about the Okay, tapos na yung ingay. So let me po. Panahon ko na naman. Yeah, actually, nagbicker sila kasi the frog, hindi talaga siya pumayag at first. Baka mamatay siya, di ba? Because the scorpion is a dangerous naman talaga. Pero in the end, pumayag siya. It's because the scorpion's argument that stinging would lead to mutual destruction. So, sinabihan siya ng scorpion na, bakit kita si sting? Eh, tayong dalawa yung mamamatay. So, that's why he agreed. And yan yung nangyari. So, our answer is letter A. Next. How can the moral of the fable be applied to real life situations? How can the moral of the fable be applied to real life situations? Letter A, trust should always be given freely without question. Letter B, logical reasoning can always prevent destructive outcomes. Letter C, people can easily change their inherent nature. Or letter D, understanding someone's true nature can prevent misplaced trust. Again, yung letter D, understanding someone's true nature can prevent misplaced trust. So yung sa letter D, kung alam mo talaga kung sino siya or kilala mo talaga yung tao, kung ano yung nature niya, they are capable of, you can save yourself, 'di ba? For destruction later on. So for example, nagjowa ka ng cheater. You already know na cheater, 'di ba? May experience na, nag-cheat sa'yo and then You already know what they're like. So understanding someone's true nature can prevent misplaced trust. So that is the correct answer. So if you already know what kind of person you are dealing with, depende na lang yan sa'yo, okay? That's how it is. So kung sana na-analyze ni Frog na Scorpion talaga 'to. So yung nature niya is nagsisting talaga siya, 'di ba? Kumbaga yung talent niya. Ah, how can I trust that? So just by word of mouth, for example, letter C is incorrect. People can easily change. I don't think so. Kahit nga ikaw, sabihin ko bukas, gumising ka ng maaga at mag-exercise ka. Of course, not everyone can do that, di ba? So it's not easy. Logical reasoning can always prevent. Okay naman. But this is incorrect if we relate it to the story. Kasi actually, logical naman yung reasoning ni Scorpion, di ba? Na if isisting kita, then tayong dalawa mamamatay. But still, in the end, hindi pa rin maganda yung result. Trust should always be given freely? Of course not. So yung pinakamabigat talaga na option is only letter D. Okay? Next, this is the last one for the reading comprehension, and it's about being smart. So this time, I'm so happy. Wala na pong frog. Idol yung frog. This is the last one. So please read and analyze with me. Once there was a proud Carabao who mocked a small shell for being slow. It's basically like the turtle and the hare story. So the shell at faced, hindi siya na-touch sa kung anong pambubuli ng Carabao, challenged the Carabao to a race. Confident, the Carabao agreed, thinking victory would be easy kasi ang liit kaya ng shell, no? Tsaka malaki yung Carabao. The race began and the Carabao dashed ahead, but every time he stopped to check his lead and called, so every time tumakbo siya and then sabi niya, Shell, where are you? So a voice further down the path would answer, I'm right here, ahead of you. So na-shock yung Carabao, oh my gosh, malayo si Shell sa akin or nauna siya. And he does this several times. Natatawagin niya and then maririnig niya na si Shell nasa malayo na, ahead of him. So frustrated and exhausted, the Carabao kept running, but he could never catch up. So finally, he collapsed, defeated. What happened actually that night? The shell secretly called upon his friends to help. They positioned themselves along the race path, ready to answer whenever the Carabao called out. So yung secret pala doon is, hindi lang nag-iisa si Shell. Maraming shell already positioned sa race path. And that's why every time the Carabao will call, yung sasagot is yung nasa unahan. The shell and his friends had used teamwork to outwit him, teaching the Carabao a lesson in humility and the power of strategy over strength. There. So this is a perfect example of work smart, not hard. Diba? Work smarter, not harder. Anyway, yeah, yun na nga. It's okay. I will read it for you, okay? Why did the shell challenge the Carabao to a race despite knowing the Carabao was stronger and faster? Letter A, to prove that he was physically faster than the Carabao. O, bakit daw nakipag-challenge yung shell? Letter B, to teach the Carabao a lesson in humility. Letter C, to show that the strength alone is the most important trait. And letter D, to show that he could run just as quickly. So, bakit ba challenge ni Shell si Carabao knowing na physically mas malaki naman talaga yung Carabao? Comment down your answers. Okay, so that's correct. Sure na daw sila. Sinong ipupusta nyo? Si Lapu-Lapu nakatama na to teach the Carabao a lesson in humility. Because if you remember in the first part of the paragraph, palagi niyang binubuli yung shell, di ba, na mas maliit, sobrang liit, or, and he's bigger in size, that's why. So if you say humility, parang yung pagiging humble, okay, or down to earth, something like that. So it's not always all the time, kahit na, uh, some people, even if you feel like you're better than some people, there are times na may mas magaling din talaga sa'yo, and you have to accept that. So to teach the Carabao a lesson in humility. But actually, that was a very smart move, diba? But anyway, let's dig into the other questions. How did the shell and his friends manage to make the Carabao believe he was always behind? How did the Carabao, how did the shell and his friends manage to make the Carabao believe na malayo siya or nasa likuran siya or they were ahead? Letter A, they hid along the race path and answered whenever the Carabao called. Letter B, they convinced the Carabao to slow down. Letter C, they challenged the Carabao in a fair race. Or letter D, they used magic to move faster. So ano yung pinakaunang incorrect? Ano yung pinakaunang incorrect na or yung option na pwede nating i-eliminate? If it is not stated. Okay? So kanina, when you try to question the options, if it's not stated, you eliminate. Okay? Wala namang sinabi about magic. So, of course, it's not the answer. First of all, it's not a fair race. Kasi nga, yung shell, marami sila, di ba? Not only one. Uh, they did not convince the Carabao to slow down, for example. So that's why our answer is, that's correct. So X na yung letter D. Our answer is letter A. They hid along the race path, and whenever tatawag si Carabao, yung mga nauna na shell, they will answer to make the Carabao believe that, okay, he is behind. There, no? Sobrang smart, no? Okay. Na-shock din ako when I learned about this one. Yan pala yung way nila para manalo siya. Next, what is the main theme of the story? Letter A, strength is more valuable than strategy. Letter B, arrogance often leads to failure. Letter C, friends cannot be relied upon in difficult times. Or letter D, races should always be fair. So comment down. Uh, for reading comprehension, yan talaga yung palaging tinatanong. This statement best describes blank, which is the main topic, the main theme, the main idea. So you should be able to, grasp it. A and B. Okay. Actually, when I first tiningnan ko lang at hindi ko binasa, I was confused bakit hindi letter A yung sagot. So here it said, strength is more valuable than strategy. Actually, baliktad ito. Okay? It should be strategy is more valuable than strength. Because honestly, the Carabao naman had strength. Na malakas naman talaga yung Carabao. It's just that natalo siya sa strategy ng mga shell na nagtulungan sila at marami sila. They position themselves in the race. So that's why he put letter A, okay? Our best answer based option is arrogance often lead to failure. Kasi nga, you can become overconfident na you fail to realize na even yung mga tao that you feel lesser than you, they can actually come up with smart ideas, no? So, hindi mo ma-expect eh. Super confident ka na kakayanin mo, but because you believe you're the best, pero yun pala. Anyway, our answer is letter E, okay? So, that's correct. The Carabao was mocking the shell at the first part. That's very arrogant. I don't know if you can hear the noise. Okay, so this time let's proceed. So that's it about the stories of frogs, scorpion, carabao, and the shell. So much about animals. Let's try sentence arrangement. So there will be group of words and you make it into a full sentence lang, okay? Letter A, get some peace. Letter B, he left home. Letter C, his parents could. Letter D, in order that. Comment down your answer kung ano yung tamang arrangement. Let me mute myself kasi sobrang ingay. Parang ang hihirap daw ng topics. Hindi naman. Okay lang. Light, mild lang. Alright, so correct answer is actually, ano ba yung uh, first na letter? Alright, so you look for an individual statement, okay? Yung parang walang kadugtong. It doesn't start with a conjunction. Yung siya talaga yung nauna. So we are left with letter C. He left home his parents, in order that his parents could get some peace. Hindi ko na-copy in the right way. Again, he left home in order that his parents could get some peace. So our answer is letter C. Next, a letter A in the winter time, letter B in the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Letter C would be best be staged. Letter D will not be held in June and July, but yung makakatulong sa inyo is if you're able to identify the conjunctions properly. Oh no, na full screen ko, I cannot read the comments. Okay, now it's okay. So comment down. Ano ba yung magandang layout dito? Is it this one? Ah, okay, it's bigger now. Wala na change ko. I'm so proud. Okay, so alin yung nauna? Where is the individual statement? So dapat yung main topic talaga yung title, no? So letter B dapat. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar will not be held in June and July, but would be best staged in the winter time. Ano ba yung letter A? Maraming sumagot ng letter A. The World Cup in Qatar would be best staged in the winter time. Sure kayo na last yung letter D? Oh, pay attention to that. Okay, may conjunction tayo na but in the last one. Alangan naman yan yung last sentence, last part ng sentence mo, di ba? Will not be held in June and in July, but. So it's incorrect. So letter D po, okay? The 2022 World Cup in Qatar will not be held in June and July, but would best be staged in the winter time. So that's how we choose the correct answer. Ay, di daw nakita yung but. Hanapin yung but. What kind of but? All right, next. Please comment down kasi nagsisimula na ulit yung ingay. Letter A, he was a versatile writer who, letter B, that are all considered the best in their spheres. Letter C, Tagore was a poet before everything else, but letter D, wrote novels, dramas, essays, and short stories. Yung technique na lang talaga natin is hanapin yung main topic and then anong letter siya and then you look for the options, di ba? So, ako if talagang napagod ka na mag-analyze, for me what I do is I read all the options. So for example, letter A, letter C, Tagore was a poet, followed by letter A, B, D. Letter B naman, basahin natin if it makes sense. So, ganun na lang. If, kung talagang but if you have a more, mas shorten na paraan, then that's also good. All right. So, correct answer natin is I think yung major talaga is about Tagore. This is Rabindranath Tagore, was a poet before everything else. But, so poet talaga siya. Ano ba yung poet? Natawa ako sa poet tsaka sa but. Okay, poet, a person writing who writes poems. Okay, so other than being a poet, he was also a writer. He was a versatile writer who wrote novels, dramas, and essays, and short stories that are all considered best in their spheres. So our answer is letter D, okay? Nauna yung letter C, other than being a poet, he was also a writer. And then letter D, ano yung mga sinulat niya as a writer? And of course, what kind? Yung mga sinulat niya. So our answer is letter D. All right, good job. So next, kapag matataas yung tanong is nakakalito. That's what I was talking about na yung sa reading, di ba? Like, hindi mo pa nababasa, tinitignan mo pa lang, nahihilo ka na. Good luck. Okay, next. Letter A, coal as a fuel in place of wood. During this period, people were beginning to use. So comment down. Ano ba yung correct? So, paano po ba if that's the case, no? Like, hindi mo pa lang nababasa, napapagod ka na. Imagine niyo hindi kayo pumasa. 'Di ba gaganahan kayong magbasa. Actually, that's the point talaga is I have been mentioning again and again, kaya nga kayo nagpa-practice para hindi kayo ma-shock pagdating do'n. Oh, so during my board exam, it was actually fairly very difficult. And mind you, I'm not actually the smartest person in the room. So I don't like exams that much. I don't excel in college. So I'm more into, performance time. Um, However, I was able to handle it because nung nag-review ako, nasanay ako sumagot ng mahihirap na tanong. And so when I arrived there, I was like, okay, this is difficult, but it's not new to me. Kasi alam ko naman kung paano sumagot ng mahihirap na tanong. Nasanay ako. So it is the one valuable piece of advice na mabigay ko lang. Mag-practice ka. Okay? Para hindi ka ma-shock doon. So our answer is letter C. Nauna tayo sa, okay, during this period, people were beginning to use coal as a fuel in place of wood. Okay? A lot are answering A din. Ano ba? Okay, in place of wood, people were beginning to use coal as a fuel during this period. Okay. Yeah, letter A is actually also grammatically correct. 'Di ba? During this period. Yeah, actually A is also a bearable one. But yeah, it's more C. So mauna tayo sa during this period, okay? Para mas straight na yung idea about the use of the coal in place of wood. So again, if that's the case na confuse ka between two options or two options are correct, mas timbangin mo. So dito, um, medyo off kasi if you start na in place of wood, 'di ba? Bale na lang, I think mas mabigat pa if letter D sana dapat yung mauna. People were beginning to use coal as a fuel in place of wood during this period, 'di ba? But if you begin with letter B, in place of wood, people were beginning to use, medyo off siya. So that's why we opt for letter C na lang talaga, yung pinaka-safe na sagot. Kung letters D sana yung nauna, so it should be D, A, B, C. So that would have been very complicated as well. All right. So correct answer is letter C. Next. From the mountains to see the gentle flow of the river, it is very pleasant. I sound like I speak broken English. Anyway, ano ba yung tamang sagot? May Jenny dapat talaga. 'Pag hindi daw kaya yung PNP, mag-NPA na lang. Really? Ma'am, anong inuna mo, let or civil service? I actually did not take civil service, so nauna ako sa let. And I think it's not necessary anymore. I don't know, it's what I heard. So imagine if pumasa ka na sa let and then nag-take ka ng civil service after and then you failed. So parang invalid yung pagpasa mo sa let, 'di ba? Kasi bakit pumasa ka sa let na mas national exam siya pero civil service hindi mo maipasa. It's not like I can't pass civil service, but I don't know the circumstance. What if namatayan ako ng pusa during the exam? Yeah. But anyway, I will not risk that. So yeah, I only took the let. Okay. And that's why during sa lectures with class Tanglao, verbal reasoning lang yung pwede kong hawakan. Kasi ito lang naman talaga yung field ko. I cannot tap into the others. Sana kung nag-take ako, I can handle yung iba rin. All right. Anyway, correct answer is nauna talaga tayo sa it is very pleasant. Oh, it is very pleasant. Ano yung pleasant? To see the gentle flow of the river from the mountains. So our answer is letter D. Okay, tama ang lahat. So it is the beginning sentence. Next, bestowed with indifference, with kind words is much more a small gift accompanied acceptable than a large gift. So how will you arrange these? Is it A, B, C, or D? Comment down your answers. Alin ba yung mauna dito? Okay, a lot are answering D. Okay, that's correct, actually. So, a small gift accompanied with, mauna talaga yung C, 'di ba? That's what I was talking about. You look for alin yung maunang letter and then hanapin nyo na lang sa choices. And kung meron man, you try to see if that option makes sense. So for example, if you believe na mauna dapat yung letter C, yung letter D lang dito sa options yung meron yan, na nauna yung letter C niya. So that's why we can try to check. But anyway, it's actually correct. So a small gift accompanied with kind words is much more acceptable than a large gift bestowed with indifference. So, ano ba yung indifference? Yung parang wala kang pake or walang emotion, no? Daw, saan yung pipilian niyo daw? Yung small gift? Char. So, binigyan ka ng picture frame, pero may kind words na, okay, mahal kita, mag-ingat ka. Compared sa bigyan ka ng PS5, bestowed with indifference. Ay, bahala na kapag indifferent na wala rin akong pake. So, because gifts are supposed to be thoughtful, di ba? You're thinking about the other person. Big gifts na lang daw yung pipiliin. Kung yun naman din. Alright, but anyway, for this one, hindi lang masyadong clear, but the underlined one or the correct answer is actually letter D. Okay? Now let's have this. Try to use the camera carefully before you read the manual. Oy, grammatically correct na yon. Pero I'm afraid it doesn't make any sense. All right, so comment down. Let's see. Ay, ang sweet. Ah, si John Mark Ibarra, tsaka si Jose Rizal. Tinanong kung kumain na ba daw ako. Actually, not yet. As I was talking about earlier, tumama yung ulo ko somewhere. I had a concussion. So, natakot akong kumain kasi, yeah, hindi advised na kumain at uminom. Yeah. Also, I was very sleepy pero hindi ko rin ginawa. That's why. All right. So correct answer is a lot are answering. Okay. So it's actually, we started before you try to use the camera, read the manual carefully. Again, grammatically, pwede naman na mag-make sense siya. For example, the statement as it is, read the manual before you try to use the camera carefully. Oh, okay then yung letter D. But yung letter B talaga yung pinakamabigat, okay? Bago gamitin, basahin mo na yung manual, okay? At make sure na naintindihan. So our answer is letter B. Now, let's proceed to paragraph arrangement. That's sentence arrangement. This is paragraph arrangement. So, find individual sentences, okay? Find individual sentences. So, please hanapin nyo kung alin yung mas topic sentence, hindi lang yung magandang pakinggan. So, you can answer all together na idiretso nyo na lang A, B, C, D, E, or we can answer sama-sama tayo, okay? So this time, I am only looking for the first sentence. I am only looking for the first sentence. Is it letter A? But by then, it was too late to correct things. Letter B, it is large and possible to steer such a large project to success without planning. Letter C, he had to stand by and watch helplessly. Letter D, the whole scheme was destined to fail from the beginning. Or letter E, Jack started realizing this only towards the end. So, alin ba yung dapat mauna? Yung sure ka na walang, there's no statement before that. At hindi rin siya supporting statement. Okay. A lot are answering. Actually, that's correct. It's actually letter D. The whole scheme was destined to fail from the beginning. So again, look for the topic sentence kung ano talaga yung pinag-uusapan all about. Next, identify supporting sentence. So kapag sinabi na, the whole scheme was destined to fail, alin ba yung supporting sentence? Alin ba yung second sentence? In support sa first one. Okay. So is it A, B, C, or E? Yung iba sinagutan na lahat. Okay, you can also do that. Again, nasagot na yung letter D. That's number 1. Okay, so that is to be followed by letter B. Bakit? So the whole scheme was destined to fail because it is large, impossible to steer such a large project without planning. So, posible na it can actually lead to success without plan. Next, understand the passage. This is the best tip actually, para mas makuha natin. Just try to grasp what the entire topic is about. Understand the passage. Which sentence should go third? We are left with letters A, C, and E. Comment down. Okay, so it's okay. Some are answering A, some are answering E. So actually, Jack started realizing this only towards the end. Okay, so it supported sentences 1 and 2. Now, the whole scheme was destined to fail, pero too late na na-realize ni Jack. And then of course, how to find, also look for connecting words. So these are subordinating conjunctions, yung mga in addition, or coordinating conjunctions as well. And finally, first, besides, next. So through these, you can try to get the gist kung alin dapat yung mauna. Okay? Now, which is the fourth sentence? Again, we are talking about the connecting words. Connecting words. So Jack started realizing this towards the end, but by then, it was too late to correct things. So ano yung nangyari? He had to stand by and watch helplessly. So this is the paragraph that we formed. Let's try to read it all together. The whole scheme was destined to fail from the beginning. That's the topic sentence. It is largely impossible to steer such a large project to success without planning. Jack started realizing this only towards the end. But by then, it was too late to correct things. He had to stand and watch helplessly. Okay, so yan yung nangyari. So, concluding sentence na yung pinaka-last, okay? Wala na siya magagawa. He started realizing the failure only in the last part. So, tinignan na lang niya while it's slowly starting to fail. Okay, so let's proceed. Which sentence should go first? Modern science has produced some good drugs for these ailments. Heart ailments are very common these days. So I always prefer taking milk these days as it contains no fat. But this can also be prevented by taking fatless food. That is why people call this era as the age of heart troubles. So alin ba yung nauna? Some are answering A, some are answering B. Okay, so look for topic sentences. Ano ba yung pinaka-topic talaga natin is yung sakit, 'di ba? Because imagine, if you pick letter A, may sinabi kasi dito na produce some good drugs for these ailments, for these ailments. But we don't know what is it all about, 'di ba? Hindi naman na-mention. So, it's not letter A, okay? Yung pinaka-topic sentence natin is that heart ailments are very common these days. Yung problema sa puso. So our first answer is letter B next, which is the second sentence. All right, so comment down. Alin ba yung supporting sentence natin? Okay. So yan, ang tatalino, no? So that's correct. Mhm. So since heart ailments ay common na, so people call this era as the age of heart troubles. So it's a supporting statement sa first one. So our answer is letter E. We already BE next, which is the third sentence. Okay, hindi po D yung second. It's letter E, okay? You look for the supporting sentence. Okay, so dito na pwede nang ipasok yung modern science. So since you already discussed heart ailments and this is the era of heart troubles, modern science has produced some good drugs para sa mga sakit-sakit na ito. But usually it's really you to control what you eat, diba? Next, which sentence should go forth? Which sentence should go forth? So dito, both my connecting sentence, may so, tsaka may but. So doon na lang tayo sa meaning. Doon na lang natin tingnan sa meaning. I always prefer taking milk these days as it contains no fat. Dapat ba maunang i-mention yung fat? Or dapat maunang i-mention na pwede itong, pwede itong ma-avoid if you eat fatless food? So is it C or D? All right, so a lot answered correctly. It's actually letter D. So before you talk about it contains no fat, there was no prior information. No? Ano ba yung relate niya sa fat? So, yung modern science, nagbigay sila ng gamot, pero pwede din namang ma-prevent if you eat fatless food. And so that's why in conclusion it said na so I always prefer taking milk these days as it contains no fat. And that's our answer, okay? So let's read it. Heart ailments are very common these days. That is why people call this era as the age of heart troubles. Modern science has produced some good drugs for these ailments, but this can also be prevented by taking fatless food. So, I always prefer taking milk these days as it contains no fat. So, that's the time na magme-make sense na yung milk na walang fat. Kasi pwede naman palang ma-prevent yung problema sa puso kung you eat fatless food. All right, let's continue. Which sentence should go first? I will just read the very last letter, okay? Marie Curie's discovery of radium led to much improved treatment for cancer. Letter B, it has helped man to live a more comfortable life. Letter C, however, it's how we use a thing that makes it good or bad. The benefits conferred in the world in general by science have been manifold and varied. But the eventual discovery of the full properties of radium and uranium has brought great destruction in its train. No educated man would deny, but many would point out that it has brought evils as well as blessings. So again, they are talking about radium. Radium. Yung letter F, let me read it one more time. No educated man would deny this, but many would point out that it has brought evils as well as blessings. So, alin ba yung dapat mauna? Please tell me if it's not very clear, okay? Or maybe naglo-load ako. Okay, a lot are answering A and a lot are answering letter D as well. So this is more challenging this time. Okay, so first of all, before we talk about radium, let's pick the main topic first. So that is all about science. Okay? So ano yung naibigay ng science? The benefits conferred on the world in general by science have been manifold and varied, which is true naman. With discovery, traveling to space, yung pinaka-importante talaga is yung medical. So how it can cure diseases. So it's really, really good. Science is good. Now, let's look for supporting sentence. Alin ba yung pangalawa? Alin ba yung pangalawa? Our first letter is D. That's the first one. Which is the next one? Again, do not open up a new topic kapag second sentence. Okay? Do not open a new topic in the second sentence. Hanapan mo siya ng supporting sentence. Okay. So may sumagot na si Sir John 3:16. Ay, parang bumait naman yata ako. So, yung natulong ng science is marami. It's been manifold and varied. It has helped man to live a more comfortable life. So, with technology and transportation, di ba? So, that's true talaga. Our answer for the second sentence is B. Now, this time you can open a new topic. Comment down what is the third sentence. What is the third sentence? So, yun yung sinabi na nakatulong yung science. It has helped man to live a more comfortable life. So, ano ba yung nag-a-agree dito? Are we sure it's C? Are we sure it's C kaagad? So, our options are A, C, E, and F. So, let's try our best na hindi ma-left out yung iba. Okay. Wow, Sir Aberratio Ictus. Super intelligent. Oh, that's so cool. Yung iba, nasagot na lahat. So actually, it's letter F. So since it has helped man to live a more comfortable life, no educated man would deny this. Okay, totoo naman. But many would point out that it has brought evils as well as blessings. So totoo na nakatulong sa atin, pero many would point out na hindi 100%. Okay? Now, let's have an example. Example of this statement. Which sentence go forth? So, sinabi dito, di ba, na no educated man would deny na may mabuti at may masamang naidulot yung science. Give me an example. So, yes, pogi ako. That's correct. Dito na papasok si Marie Curie, okay? Marie Curie's discovery of radium led to much improved treatment for cancer. So, yan yung example ng mabuti. Yan yung example ng mabuti. So, that's letter A. And then, but the eventual discovery of the full properties of radium and I think this is titanium has brought great destruction in its train. So, na, na-discover siya to treat cancer, but at the same time, it also brought great destruction. Okay? So, yung conclusion natin is letter C. However, it is how we use a thing that makes it good or bad. It is how we use a thing that makes it good or bad. So that's it. Our answer, yung pinaka-last letter natin is actually letter C. Okay? Last letter is letter C. Let me check it. All right. So let's read it all together. If all of these, yung napili natin, it makes sense ba? The benefits conferred on the world in general by science have been manifold and varied. It has helped man to live a more comfortable life. No educated man would deny this. But many would point out that it has brought great evil as well as blessing. Marie Curie's discovery of radium led to much improved treatment for cancer. But the eventual discovery of the full properties of radium and uranium pala has brought great destruction in its train. However, it is how we use a thing that makes it good or bad. So in conclusion, depende na lang kung paano mo gamitin. Same sa question yung sa Miss Universe, 'di ba? Yung sa marijuana kasi for in some countries it's used as pwede siyang gamot. So which is also correct. So depende na lang if you use it to cure or otherwise. Same din with gadgets. Depende talaga kung paano gamitin. Actually, it's very helpful. The internet is very helpful. Pero depende pa rin sa gumagamit. Okay? That's it for paragraph arrangement. Just look for the topic sentence, supporting sentences, and the examples after. Okay? For sentence arrangement, we're also already done. Our reading comprehension is also done. This is the last one. Sentence error. Dito na magagaling yung mga girls maghanap ng mali. Okay, the first tip is to understand the structure or yung grammar. So there's a big possibility na yung mali na gawin nila is with the grammar of the sentence. Let's try. The dog chased its tail all afternoon. No error. Comment down, alin ba dito yung mali? Is it A, B, C, D, or there is no error? O, dito magpahinga na tayo sa very long sentences. Finally, pwede ko nang ipalaki ang aking mukha. Kasi para ang liit na hindi ko masyadong makita. Okay, so the dog chased its tail. A lot answered letter B. That is actually correct. So, ano ba yung it's dito? It's a contraction ng it is. That's why kung basahin natin, the dog chased it is tail. It's hindi naman tama, 'di ba? It should be it's na possessive. Okay? Possessive, yung walang apostrophe. So our answer is letter B. Another finding the error tip is to observe parallelism. Ano ba yun? Dapat same structure lang. If you read it, kapag gerund, gerund. If it used to infinitive lang lahat. Ganun lang, okay? So, various words in the sentence should follow the same concept. where all are written in the same tense. So dapat parallel sila. It can kahit na tama grammatically, but parallelism is important. So let's have an example. Lily likes eating M&Ms and binge watching series on Netflix. Which is the error? Is it likes eating, binge watching on, or letter D, no error? Comment down your answers. What about the others? Pala kayo. No, actually, I look bad at yung ulo ko. Ang sakit talaga. Malaki pa rin yung bukol ko, guys. Okay. Actually, I might have made a mistake about this. So eating and binge watching, there's no error. Okay, it's letter E, no error. Let me just skip this part. One. So answer for this one is letter E. Okay. Yung binge watching sana if it's to binge watch. So yun, parallel sila eating, binge watching. Next is to observe redundancy. So dapat hindi pa ulit-ulit. Let's have an example right away. The sentence must not include repetitive words. So again, kapag redundancy, hindi pa ulit-ulit. In our community, our neighbors, we help each other, which is the error. Our neighbors, we help or no error. Comment down your answers. Redundancy. You're or not. Yeah, that's correct, Sir Richard. Ah, Bako tayo. Ang talino ni Sir Richard. Okay, so yung paulit-ulit is yung may our na, may we pa, no? Our neighbors, we help. In our community, our neighbors help each other, okay? So we can, ano ba yung gagawin sa we? We can remove it. So that's how redundancy looks like. Okay, so of course, other than grammar, parallelism, and redundancy, please also observe proper punctuation, spelling, and suffixes. Baka may mga kulang dyan na need mo na, or maybe incorrect yung spelling. So, error na siya. Let's have it. His green tie was not right for his suit, which is the error. Is it green tie was right suit or letter E, no error? Please comment down. O dapat daw, pinayuhan ako ng sister ko mag hot or cold press. Alright. So, yung incorrect dito is yung spelling ng right. His green tie was not right. It should be right, not tama. Okay? So, R-I-G-H-T. This is right for writing. Verbally, if you just listen to it, tama naman. But reading it's actually incorrect. So, that's an example of incorrect na paggamit ng word. So let's have the drill. This is the final drill for the sentence error. Again, grammar, spelling, redundancy, and parallelism. The coach with his entire team are traveling by plane. Which is the error? Is it coach, his, are, by plane, or letter E? No error. Comment down. Na paano ka ba, ma'am? I hit my head na parang nabagaw ako. Ngayon, may malaking bukol ako dito. If you've noticed, I am not well. Unlike yesterday, na sobrang jolly. Now I'm a bit drowsy. It's because of that reason. Yun na nga, I was so close to telling Sir Jerome na wag muna. But upon assessing, okay naman. As long as hindi ka lang daw mag-vomit, walang nosebleed. If this happens to you, please be careful, okay? Don't make the same mistakes I did. So as long as hindi ka nag-vomit or nag-nosebleed, I think it's okay. Hindi lang nila ako papatulugan. Yeah, talagang sobrang antok ko ngayon. I'm dizzy, but it's okay. Yun yung nangyari. Oh. Hindi ka nakinig kanina. Anyway, correct answer is R. That's letter C. So, A lot are answering D, but actually it's C. On. Hala, sino si Sir Ruby J? Nagalit siya, all caps. Walang kwenta ang nasa loob ng kama. Okay, so that's correct. Actually, the coach is traveling. Okay, do not pay attention yung nasa loob ng kama with his entire team. Char-char lang yan para maano kayo, yeah, as a distractor. But actually, it's just is. So only consider the coach. Okay, the coach is traveling by plane. That's how the sentence should look like. Okay, the coach with his entire team is traveling. Again, kapag pinasok sa loob ng kama, it doesn't matter. Okay, wag niyong isali sa verb. Next, since there was no evidence to indicate whose ring it was, the presiding magistrate dismissed the case, which is the error. Is it whose ring it was, presiding, dismissed, or letter E, no error? Di yan galit. Ah, really? Ma'am, binalik ko ba itong question? I think this one, some of it, so na mixed and matched kasi yung PowerPoint ko. But in my first ever lecture, na-discuss ko na kasi yung few questions sa sentence error. Okay. But most of it now is bago. Okay. Meron lang talagang hindi ko ma-edit. Okay. Mom, please, patamain ang mga lalaki. Okay, and now everyone is correct. So it's letter A. It's actually not who is, it's whose ring. So this is again another contraction, katulad nung it's, na it is. Ito, who is ring it was. So incorrect siya if you listen to it. That's why it should be WHOSE. Okay? Our answer is letter A. Next. I know that you will enjoy receiving flowers that smell so sweetly. Which is the error? Is it enjoy, receiving, smell, or sweetly? Comment down your answers. Okay. So, pahirap ng utak. Anong pahirap ng utak? Hindi kaya. Kasi nga nabagok ako, di ba? Hindi nyo magugustuhan. Ang sakit-sakit until now. Earlier, it ran to my neck, yung pain. Yeah, tinatawa-tawa ko lang ito kasi ang cute nyo, but deep down. Okay, it's actually not letter E, so it's letter D, sweetly. Here we are not looking for an adverb. If you say adverb, it describes the verb. Okay, so for example, Jenny walks slowly. So, mahina siyang maglakad. So, dinedescribe niya yung verb. But here, it smells so. Mm. We are looking for the adjective that will describe the smell of the flower. So, it should just be, you will enjoy receiving flowers that smell so sweet. Okay? That smell so sweet. Bakit daw smell yung taste? No. I mean, if you smell, you can smell naman. Diba? For example, if you smell ice cream or candy or cake, pwede mo namang masyadong matamis yung ano niya, smell. It's not just a taste, okay? Don't take it too literally. All right. So again, we're not looking for an adverb. We're looking for an adjective. So it should just be that smell so sweet. Next. She don't know the answer to the question. Alin ba yung error? Is it she don't answer question or letter E, no error? Buti pa kung taste. Si Rafi Tulfo nagtanong, bakit ka ba nabagok? Alright. Ma'am, pwede bang tabihan mo na lang kami? Ay, makakatulong lang ako sa English na part. So, I did not actually take. I think it's mahirap. But some of my classmates na education, naipasa talaga nila yung NAPOLCOM. So, good for them. No? Marami na yung nagtitake. Maybe they're not planning to pursue their teaching degree. So, there. Okay, so a lot are answering E, a lot are answering B. Our answer is actually, oh, I did not include. Now, if you say she, that is singular. Excuse me. So if you say she, that is singular. It should be she doesn't. Okay, that's correct. Genie nga. So if you say don't, that works with plural or I and you. I don't, you don't, we don't. Okay? But if it's she, he, or nag-iisa lang yung subject, it should be doesn't. Okay? Our answer here is letter E. Next, the job requires attention to detail, being punctual, and that employees have good communication skills. Alin ba yung error? Is it requires attention, being, that, or letter E, no error? Comment down your answers. Alin ba yung mali? In this part, I already failed. So ito na nga eh. I was actually about to, ano this one, complete the correct answer kaya lang nabagok ako. So, hindi ko na siya natapos. But anyway, this is, yeah, or almost the last part. So, I'm happy na still it's understandable. But anyway, yung mali talaga is with the parallelism. Okay? It's the parallelism. So the job requires attention to detail, punctuality, and that employees have good communication skills. So our answer is letter C. Okay? Again, they should be parallel. So kapag ing lahat. Okay, so the job requires being attentive to detail, being punctual, and having good communication skills. So kapag ing lahat. But here, attention to detail, punctuality, and that employees have good communication skills. Or attention to detail, punctuality, good communication skills. So those are the three. So that's why yung sagot natin is uh, letter C. Mali dito yung ing. Okay, na hindi siya parallel. So if you say being, yeah, being attentive to detail, being punctual, and having good communication skills. Okay? Oh, ay sayang kasi yung sagot malapit sa letter C. So again, this is, or the error here is letter C. Next, the teacher gave us an advance warning about the test, which is the error. Is a teacher gave advance warning, or letter E, no error. Comment down your answers. So the teacher gave us an advance warning about the test. So ano yun? Well, what did I talk about? It could be about grammar, redundancy, parallelism, or maybe incorrect yung spelling, yung suffixes, yung punctuation. So be careful. Uh, dito masyadong masyadong complex yung sa capitalization kasi capital lahat ng sinulat ko, 'di ba? Hindi naman. Hindi naman. I did not include any error about capitalization. So, alin ba yung error? Why is it letter B? Tama naman na. Binigyan kami. The teacher gave us. Kaya lang, what do we mean if we say warning? What do you mean if you say warning? So, para siyang notice, di ba? It's kind of informing you in advance. So, for example, warn ko lang, mahirap yung test. So, you already have it. Again, tama yung letter B na gave. But what do we mean by warning? So, warning is it already means na advance notice. Yeah, that's correct. So, our answer is letter C. This is redundancy. This is redundancy. Okay. The teacher gave us a warning about the test. So, paulit-ulit na yung advance na warning pa, 'di ba? Alangan naman mag-warning ka tapos tapos na. So, for example, namatay na yung tao tapos sabihin mo, "Oy, warning lang, dangerous diyan." Tapos may namatay na. What's the point? So, if it's warning, uh, it's already very clear na it should be given ahead. Okay? Yes, okay. Gets. Yes, that's correct. So our answer here is letter C. We should eliminate the word advance because warning itself is already an indication that it should be given ahead. Okay. What's the point of your warning if it's late? No? Okay. So it's letter C po yung sagot. Okay. Hindi. Again, gave is okay. Pwede naman na kahapon binigay. Uh, that's okay. Yun lang advance warning is incorrect. Next. We are so close. Malapit na tayo matapos. Yung lecture, hindi kayo, hindi tayo, okay? Mga bata pa tayo. The project involves research, organizing data, and to write reports. Which is the error? Is it research, organizing, to write reports, or letter E, no error? Comment down. Redundant pala. Yeah, that's true. So again, please do not be so aggressive. Yun na nga yan. Hindi ba kayo naka-learn sa Carabao and the Shell na kapag very arrogant ka daw, very confident, what will happen is you will fail sa buhay. So, especially with exams, wag mong pangunahan yung test paper, okay? Try to analyze muna. If you really don't know, then yeah, you can have the most intelligent guess or yung alin ba yung pangit pakinggan. But to me, advance warning, pangit talagang pakinggan because it's already there. All right, so here, anong problem dito is parallelism, di ba? The project involves research, uh, organizing data, and to write reports. So our error here is to write. If it's to infinitive, dapat to din lahat. So the project involves to research, to organize, and to write reports. Basically, marami yung errors because, but at least acceptable naman yung research, organizing data, and writing reports. So again, it should be the project involves research, organizing data, and writing reports. Okay, so let's eliminate to write because if we use two infinitives, we should also apply it to the rest of the sentence. Okay, I think it's okay-ish. Yung na ano talaga dito is yung to write. Because research alone pwede naman siya used as a noun. Hindi naman talaga need na researching. So research, you organizing data and writing reports. Now, it's not very parallel in some sense, pero if we have to choose the lesser evil, eliminate or i-change natin yung to write. Okay? There can be instances like that. Marami yung correct answer or walang correct answer, you should try to familiarize kung paano mo yan i-deal or i-handle. Okay? Next. So again, the answer is letter C. We are so close. This is second to the last. So everyone in the class have to submit their assignments by Friday. Which is the error? Is it everyone have submit assignments or letter E? Correct. Perfect yung sentence. Yeah, and writing reports. Tama. Talagang galit si Sir Ruby J. Okay. All caps, no? Si Ma'am Lara Marie naman. And writing. To me, reading all caps, para kang sinisigawan. Okay. Sabi ni Hiroshi, good evening daw, Lara. Anyway, what's the answer? Hindi mo na, wag mo na kayo mag-goodbye. Second to the last pa nga lang. All right. Some are answering C, B, A. But marami yung sumagot ng letter B. Ano ba yung C? Submit. Submit is correct. But since we are talking about everyone in the class, so it still means individual. Okay, everyone. has to submit their assignments. Okay. So again, our answer here is letter B. Everyone has. Katulad yun sa each, every. So even if they are considered as a group, uh, if we use the verb, we should treat them individually. Okay? Unless na lang sinabi na all members. O yan. Pero kapag everyone, iniisa-isa nyo. So everyone has. You use have if it's plural, we have, and you also use it for I and you. I have, you have, okay? But if singular lang, we use has. About had, ano ulit yun? Kapag past tense, okay? The same with the did, past tense. But the do and the does, present tense. Do is for plural, does naman is for singular. But you also use do for I and you. I do and you do. Next, this is I think the last one. In my opinion, I think that the movie was too long. Which is the error? Is it in my opinion? Think movie too long or tama naman yung sentence? Uh, Comment down. Yung sa mga gusto mag-advise, if you have a head concussion, ano ba yung gagawin niyo? Ano ba yung pwedeng gawin? Natatakot akong matulog kasi sabi nila bawal daw matulog. Baka hindi na gumising, wag naman sana. By the way, for tomorrow, uh, I will be doing a recorded live. So hindi na siya live. It's because late kasi nabigay sa akin yung numbers and it's 100 items. So basically, it's very challenging na i-chase ko pa yung pag-make ng PowerPoint. That's why nakikita pa rin ako, but that's so much better because with less chit-chat. Wala nang mga magganto-ganto na may mga advertisement pa. So with the recording, dire-diretso na. Okay? So that's why for tomorrow I'll be recording around, yeah, depende na lang. We'll see. I think Sir Jerome will be able to update you sa group. Okay? All right. But for this one, the error is um so basically yung I think is it can be incorrect. However, sa options kasi think lang. So kung think lang yung mali, it means tama yung I. So in my opinion, I that movie. That's why if we can remove either one, in my opinion or I think, yung in my opinion na lang yung tanggalin natin. Because with option A, dyan yung complete. Okay? In my opinion, I think, in my opinion na, I think pa. So, ano nga ulit to? Redundancy. Okay? Paulit-ulit. You can say directly, I think that the movie was too long. Done. Okay? So, again, you pick the one na mas mabigat. So, pwede naman, incorrect din naman yung think, kaya lang, hindi siya kompleto. Hindi sinali yung I. So, instead, if we can pick one na pwedeng maging error, yung letter A na lang. That's a much safer choice kasi, buo siya. You can remove, in my opinion, completely. So, that's why our correct answer is letter A, okay? And the sentence should go, I think that the movie was too long. I think that the movie was too long. So that's it. Our answer is letter A. Wag paulit-ulit. Okay? And also be parallel. Pay attention to grammatical errors as well. Lalong-lalo na sa contractions, yung sa it's, it is, whose, who is. Pwede kasing kapag basahin natin tama, but grammatically incorrect siya. Okay? Yun lang. Thank you so much sa nagsasabing magpagaling. So, dahil nandyan ka na, galingan mo na. I will see everyone tomorrow, but hindi na live, okay? With less chit-chat. It's because, yeah, we're trying to chase the time. All right. So, thank you so much. I'm not sure if papasok pa si Sir Jerome. I can just end the stream. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Nandito pala si Sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good night, ma'am. Good night, mama, para makapag-relax ka na din. Okay, sige. So, that's end, Sir Ma'am, no, sa day 2 ng verbal reasoning natin. And tomorrow is math test 3 po natin for verbal reasoning. And we'll be seeing Ma'am Jen bukas and sa November 17 para sa ano po, final coaching natin. Alright? So, hopefully, marami kayong natutunan sa 2 araw na discussions for the verbal reasoning. And bukas, let us test yung knowledge ninyo about the verbal. 100 items po yung mock test natin bukas, again, in Google Forms and in PDF file. So, you can either answer through the Google Forms or through the PDF. That depends na lang sa inyo. Anyway, may answer kayo naman yung PDF natin. And yung Google Forms natin is may autocorrect. But during the discussions kasi, kaya tayo may rationale to further explain kung bakit yan yung tamang sagot. Okay? So, if you don't have any questions, what time po? Sabi ni Abiyato. 9 a.m. po. Mataas na po yung 9 a.m. Ma-upload ko po yung mock test natin. Okay? So, thank you. And yung mga wala pang kain, kakarating pa lang. So, you can rest and pag-antay na lang po, Sir Ma'am, yung recorded natin. Okay? So, thank you po, Sir Rapi Tolfo. Thank you. Yes, Ma'am Lara, thank you. Thank you, Sir Jen. Yes, mock test mo natin. Mock test 3 na po natin bukas. Yes, mock test 3 na po bukas. Okay? Lahat ng mock test natin is nasa recorded file pa rin naman. Okay, so good night, everyone. And that ends our lesson for today. Have a good night.